Okay, stream is started in OBS.
And we're live.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everybody. At the same time. Nice, Steve. GMTA.
There we are.
How's it going, everybody? It's time for Ratchet Clank Rift Apart. We're super excited. I know Derrick is...
I mean, I brought out the Ratchet games. I got, we got Ratchet Collection, the Ratchet Collection. We got Tools of Destruction, Crack in Time, All for One, Into the Nexus, which includes Quest for Booty, but I already had that one. The only one I need to get on PS3 is Full Frontal Assault, which probably should order that soon.
Wait, if you don't have any context for what any of that means, that sounds so much worse. Like, if you're not into the gaming space, just all you know is Full Frontal Assault, PS3, it sounds pretty bad.
It's just Derrick's porno collection,
Yeah. Yeah. But thank you for joining us, everybody. We're glad to have you here. We're excited to react to Rift Apart and the two indie games we're also getting updates on today. We'll see what those are. It should be exciting either way. States of play are always exciting. Well, most of the time exciting.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't say always, but...
Not always.
One thing I want to put out there, I was playing Returnal up until just a few minutes ago. If you watched my preview, I talked about the fact that there was a day one patch that I hadn't gotten to play with that purported to change the balance of the game. I'm pleased to report the game feels a lot easier.
Good to hear.
It doesn't lose its teeth, but it feels less impossible. So
I feel a little less sharp.
Yeah, exactly. The teeth are a little bit more dull than they were in pre-release, and I kid you not, I consider myself to be someone who is pretty good at video games. Not the best, not gonna tank through Dark Souls in a single evening, but I think I'm okay at games, and this game beat me down hard.
It makes me curious about that
That's
version,
what I've heard.
because I'm like, what I've gotten beaten down is hard.
Well,
not doubting Steve's skills. It's more just, but although this is the guy that got the counter for Demon Souls almost immediately.
Right. I don't think it's Steve, because every review that I've review that I've seen, including yours, Steve, talks specifically about how brutally hard the game is. So it's good to know.
To be fair, that's not necessarily a terrible thing about it, but it definitely, that skill wall is really high. And I managed to beat the second boss, just the second boss last night, right before I recorded that video. But I have confidence now that I can probably beat the third one, who I've not yet encountered.
Okay.
I really want to play that game, man. It
looks really good.
So good. I really want to check it out.
Really good.
So just a few things from the chat. Shane Van Huel, my favorite Ratchet and Clank game of all time is Crack in Time. Is fantastic.
Great game.
And Wape Mulenga, I have not seen the Castlevania Season 4 trailer.
Is there a new one?
I didn't know there was one.
Teaser.
I didn't know either. I missed that. Skull Kid Tiger, yes, and unfortunately, yes. That Castlevania Collector's Edition they put out there, that is far outside of my price range at $135, because I already have it digitally. So if I'm going to buy it, I'm going to want to get this one with all the cool stuff. And there's some cool stuff, but
there's a new 2.5-minute trailer for Castlevania Season 4 that Netflix uploaded an hour ago. That is being watched tonight. I'm excited.
Nice.
Shoot. I want to see. What is that?
I'm so excited.
Let's see. King of the Hills 34 with a $1.99 donation. Appreciate you guys. Keep up the good work. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we definitely appreciate that. Real quick, I think it was Zanzan Man asking in the chat, are there no difficulty options in reference to Returnal? No, there are not. It's just one pace. I would greatly prefer that a game have difficulty options. I always say that more options are always better. But that being said, I think that it's not a terrible product as is. I think that the difficulty being high shouldn't turn you away necessarily, because it never feels unfair despite being very difficult.
Yeah. No, I really want to check it out. Jaden Buck made the same mistake I did several streams ago, saying Donkey's in the chat, and Melon Speedruns has said it's a fake donkey, but it's still our donkey, so we're still happy to have you here, Donkey.
You know who does show up in the chat quite often on these, and watch, I'm going to eat my words, he's not going to show up. She Says from Boundary Break is often in our audience hanging out.
And so does Master of Hyrule sometimes as well.
Yeah, Master of Hyrule also shows up pretty often. So, there are some, YouTubers out there that come and watch our content with us, and that's really cool.
The animation has taken a major step up in freaking Castlevania. My God.
Has it? I'm waiting till I can listen to it to hear it, to watch it. Plus, my wife would kill me if I watched it without her, so I'm going to wait till tonight.
Ed Mower, hey GVG Donkey, say rigatoni and meatballs. I have watched entirely too much Donkey in the last 24 hours. For some reason, the algorithm just decided that it would autoplay all his videos. And,
there is no such thing as too much Donkey, man.
I will say that I was thrilled to see him and Scott the Woz collaborate at the end of the last season of Scott's show.
Oh, huh.
Oh, they are totally setting up for future Castlevania seasons.
Are they? Nice. Oh, I can't wait to watch it. I can't wait.
Wow.
Dear God, this looks phenomenal. This might be the best season.
Klaxend in the chat says that the Tales of Arise limited edition is $189.99. What the hell is in that?
Jeez.
Let's see. It's been a while since I've gotten a limited edition of any game.
Well, I did just spend $130 something a few weeks ago on No More Heroes 1 and 2. So
all right, it's got the game, a steelbook, physical soundtrack, an 18 centimeter figurine featuring Shion and Alphen, and a 64-page art book. Which, I mean, that sounds nice, but for $190?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Holy shit.
Man, Derrick is losing it over here.
I know, man. Definitely losing it.
I can't wait.
Like, you got that animation. Holy.
I can't wait.
I'm sorry I wasn't paying attention there, but I'm just like, you could just probably visually see my reactions to people in the chat of how it is. But yeah, May 13th, I am so there. I'm
so excited. Yeah.
Basically, bringing in more actual Castlevania elements, setting up for the future, concluding the whole Isaac and
Hector
and I'm thinking
Carmella.
Carmella, thank you. Arcs, of course, doing more with all that, and the animation. You know that fight scene we watched last night? Post show between the Chinese one. Yeah, that level.
Oh, I can't wait.
With some of these shots that are showing, because my God.
I just, Castlevania has been so amazing. I want Capcom to take note because of the just insane potential for a multi-generational Mega Man anime that, follows Classic and X and Zero.
I mean, same guys, the same guy who did Castlevania is also show running Devil May Cry, so...
Yeah, that's true. And I mean, the Day of Sigma short in Maverick Hunter X just gave us such a tantalizing glimpse at how fucking awesome a Mega Man X anime could be. Never gonna happen, but man, that could be so cool.
But yeah, if anybody has not seen the Castlevania Season 4 trailer yet, dear God, yes, watch that.
I am hype. Yeah, I already texted my wife. She said, hey, we got to see a Castlevania Season 4 trailer to watch tonight. She's like, don't watch it without me. And I'm like, I would never dream of it. But Derrick is trying to spoil me, so I don't know.
Oh, I'll just say, you're going to be losing it, Ash. That's all I got to say.
I can't wait. Yeah, man. By the way, we have 360 people watching with us, waiting for the state of play. Thank you all so much for joining us.
Thank you for taking an interest
happy to have you here.
In Ratchet and Clank, because... good stuff.
Melon Speedruns asked... Oh, you got it, Derrick. Go for it.
I was going to say, do you think we'll have at least one big reveal? I don't know if big. I think we're going to get weapon demonstrations. We'll probably see Quark. We might see Emperor Nefarious. I'm trying to think what else. Maybe some more of the planets, but I don't think we're going to get anything too huge outside of that. I think it's going to be cool to see, here's what you're in for, but not surprise.
We do know we're going to see stuff other than Ratchet and Clank, because we know for a fact at least 2 indies are getting updates during this show, which, I mean, does leave the door open to a non-Ratchet related reveal as well.
Yeah, it is possible.
Which
they
I would
seem to have been
hope so.
pretty specific about their messaging in terms of it being Ratchet and the 2 indie, but that doesn't mean that they can't throw in a surprise.
I mean, hell, 15 minutes of Ratchet's going to be a good time. This game looks incredible.
I mean, this game is the reason I bought my PS5 so soon.
Yeah. Looks amazing. I feel one of my best friends still haven't been able to get one.
If we get a Ratchet and Clank PS3 collection, like on PS5, I will be so freaking happy.
That would be sick. Because I like Ratchet and Clank a lot, but I've missed out on a lot of the earlier games. I played the remake of the first game for PS4, which I think is great, and I played A Crack in Time, which was awesome. But I've missed out on a lot of the others, so I would love to have a collection.
Right, here we go.
All right.
10 seconds. I'm kidding, it's 13, but 10, 9.
Oh, I might be. I guess I'm ahead of you.
So, are you? Let's see.
5, 4.
All right.
I'm 1 second behind
2,
you.
1. Here we go.
All right.
I'm trying. Okay, when you get to the gameplay, tell me, Steve, because I was way ahead.
Oh, damn, really?
Welcome to an all-new state of play. We've got
How does
more
that
than
even
15
happen?
minutes of
We're
new
watching
I have
live.
no idea.
It's so weird. I have, yeah.
When you see snow, tell me.
First, let's check
I
in
will-
on 2 other exciting games coming to PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 consoles this
Okay,
year.
so we're starting with the indie games. Here, Snow. Got it.
Okay.
There we go. Hey, you got a $2 donation from Skull Kid Tiger. Here's to a good stream. Thank you so much, Skull
Thank
Kid
you.
Tiger. Thank you for joining us.
And honestly, this looks kind of neat.
Yeah, what is this?
It does.
Audio producer at Unknown Worlds. Set 1 year.
Subnautica
after the
Below
award-winning
Zero.
Original, Subnautica Below Zero.
I have
This
not played
looks neat.
Subnautica. Didn't they put
I
that
haven't
on
either.
free on
Here, the
PSN
native
for a bit?
wildlife above
Like it
and
just
below
went
the
off.
think
surface
they did.
might consider you a
I tried to download it and it was an
assuming
error,
you
and I
have
just
an ice first.
missed out on my chance
The previous
because I did it all
research
last
crews
minute.
vanished, including your sister.
This was Sam's name.
This looks cool, though.
She never took
Yeah.
To uncover
Looks
the
good.
truth,
Literally.
you need to get crafty, building tools and shelter for your
Oh,
survival.
My friend Nick has
Even
been
that may
playing
not be
the original Subnautica, which was one of those free PSN games recently, and he said it's incredibly good.
You to stay off.
Yeah, as Derrick was saying, I remember it
DualSense
being free on
controller,
PSN
every
recently.
icy
I don't think I
shelf feels like
grabbed
it's being
it.
sent right
Maybe I
into
did.
I think it's still free.
Haptic
I think you
feedback
might.
No,
allows you
that
to
stopped.
Oh, did that stop?
Horizon's now up for
Visual
free.
and audio cues
That's
as you
right.
use
I already had
resources,
Horizon.
encounter key game moments,
Fortunately,
Yeah, same.
I'm a good boy.
This
and
looks
bought
really
that.
interesting, though, and a little
It's
creepy.
interesting to see a crafting game with more story.
I love the environments. They're so colorful and, like, exotic
Players
looking.
will get a crystal clear experience with up to 4K graphics, targeting 60 FPS when in performance
that's
mode.
cute.
And if you already own a physical or digital version of the first Subnautica on PS4,
Look at those water effects,
you'll be
man.
able to upgrade to the digital PS5 version
Beautiful.
at no additional
Oh, nice.
cost.
Can
We hope you're
upgrade
as
now.
excited as we
How does that
are
work
to
if you
dive
got it
into
for
the world
free?
of Subnautica
On
Below
I guess you can
PSN.
still
when it
upgrade.
Yeah.
launches on PS5 and PS4 on May 14th.
Damn, that's really
That's
soon.
soon.
Really soon. Wow. Okay.
I love it. Oh,
Up Among Us on PS4.
Who's surprised? There you go. I wonder if Among Us and Subnautica Below Zero are the 2 indie games they were talking about. I guess we'll
gotta
find out
be.
soon.
oh, excuse me. Among Us made me sleepy.
That's adorable. I love it.
Oh,
Yep, there's
That's
Ratchet.
cool.
Oh, no,
that's cool.
Ratchet.
That's great.
Oh, that's.
I love that. I don't care about Among Us, but that's adorable.
I love that.
We can't wait to dive deep into Subnautica Below
I love
Zero
it.
and make baseless accusations against our crewmates in a
Here we
month
go.
later this
Ratchet and the
year.
gang are ready.
I feel
for
like
the
Among Us
spot.
will work better for me on
Next up,
PS4/5
Insomniac
than on
Games.
other
Lead us on a tour of
platforms.
This June's PS5 action
Just
adventure.
because it has the right combination of ease of use and easy to hop into party chat.
What do we got here?
Oh, here we go. Derek, did you set a towel down?
Oh God.
I got one of Kai's bit cleanup. Here.
Oh man.
I'm so sorry. All
What
right.
a
What a
Eyesore,
horrible
thank you very
way
much
to
for the
start this
$10
trailer,
donation.
Steve. Thank you.
Says gave up trying to secure a PS5. I'll just wait until they hopefully show up in stores. Whenever that is, we'll probably still buy Rift Apart since I own every other Ratchet game. You should.
Yes. Thank you so much, Nathan. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. That
This is our
$10.
first real look at Rivet gameplay.
Yeah. Man, this game.
It
I'm
is
Marcus,
just
So good.
creative director of
stunning,
Ratchet
beautiful.
Clank Rift Apart, a brand new full-length Ratchet and Clank adventure built from the ground up for the PlayStation 5 console. Today
Wait,
we're
did she
going to
lose her
introduce you to
arm?
some of
Chris
the
Masterson
gameplay,
is saying that Rivet
characters,
lost an
and
arm.
arsenal of Rift
Yeah,
Apart.
she has a mechanical
Oh,
arm.
You've
I
played
didn't
every
even
game
notice.
Since Ratchet and Clank's debut, or you're brand new to the series, Rift Apart is a standalone adventure that you won't want to miss.
This is such a good-looking
Let's get
game.
It's
man.
really incredible.
Clank? Lombax? What is this?
I
Bird
really am
texture.
so excited to play this. God, I'm excited to play this.
Take notes, Nintendo. Make a Star Fox that looks like this.
Oh man, I would be so down for another on-foot Star Fox game if they, retooled it and it was obviously better than Adventures,
Green eyes, red antenna, very
which I
charming.
still thought was a bit underrated.
I'm so happy.
Agreed. This though,
This
man.
yeah.
Ratchet
God,
has
they
been
look-
separated from his best friend and
box
partner Clank.
first
and is
so
now
nice,
in a
I thought they
new
looked good on
dimension
PS3
in a
and
mysterious
PS4.
urban sprawl called Nefarious City.
I love how it looks infinitely more active than Cyberpunk's version of a future dystopia.
This is also a lot more linear.
Well, yeah.
God.
I will say though, what a
These-
I look at this and even just straight from a visual point of view, this could not be done on PS4.
there be
This
good
is
news
so
No.
good looking.
Oh, there's no way. No.
And pardon me, yes, Ratchet is voiced by
finds out that in the
James Arnold
Dr.
Taylor.
Nefarious is a much
Yeah,
more
and
capable
Rivet is Jennifer Hale.
Welcome to the nefarious city.
Damn, look at this city.
Remember to thank our marvelous
Yeah, this is
This is way more cinematic than any other Ratchet and Clank.
after being
Wow.
I think this is more cinematic than some movies I've seen.
There are two Nefariouses now? Clank first, Nefarious later. Maybe he's in this bazaar.
Thanks to the new hardware, the worlds in Rift Apart
Got his
are more
got his
beautiful than
boots
ever.
back from
Cities are
Crack in
full of
Time.
life with traffic and civilians milling about everywhere.
Nice.
Rift Apart is full of the unexpected.
Whenever
Characters in
Ratchet
this new
speaks, it's
dimension
impossible
are
not for me
always
to
the
hear
same
Titus.
as they were in Ratchet.
Nah,
I
it's
just
Ratchet to
instantly
me.
think Titus. I know, which makes sense, yeah.
Ratchet comes across Miss Zircon, the weapon vendor in Rift
Miss
Apart.
Zircon, nice.
Wait a second.
You forgot your order. Well, come right in.
I love Mr. Zircon.
Miss Zircon will sell you weapons, but you gotta be less conspicuous, or the resistance will not last.
Hey, we got over 500
God,
people watching with us. Thank you all so much for joining
Thank you
us.
so much.
The animation is so over the top
It-
good.
Apologies, sugar.
Really
Miss
is.
Zircon is still new to all of this espionage.
I just hope the Groovatron comes back.
Oh, it's totally coming back. That's
It has
just
to,
a
right? Yeah.
mainstay.
Yeah.
Clank has been taken by a mysterious new Lombax named Rivet.
Clank! No. I need to go after that ship. How can I get off planet?
Listen, Ted.
So much
Only
personality in
Royal
these
Starships
designs.
are allowed to leave.
God.
Anything else? Phantom can help. Just follow the beat to Club Nefarious, and you will find him.
Club Nefarious, got it. Oh, and nice work, Secret Agent Zircon.
This is so exciting.
Club Nefarious shouldn't be hard to miss. Better look around.
I don't think we've seen like an active city in Ratchet and Clank before. Not even close.
No?
Like you've gone through it during like chaos, but not during like where just everybody's milling about doing their own thing.
I see.
Just runs around breaking shit.
Veritanium, of course. That's back. The city's so intricate. I want to see the map.
Nefarious? So that sounds like a club, all right.
I love the ambient music.
Yeah, I wonder how this will play like with the PS5's 3D audio.
I gotta get the PS5 Pulse headphones. I'm still rocking the PS4 model.
I was told by our friends at Sony that you can recreate that effect with normal headphones. That it works
Okay.
largely.
Tell me,
Yeah,
where are you?
Once Ratchet finds Phantom,
Though I will say
he
that the
learns a
Pulse
couple
3D
of
headphones are
new
great,
moves.
and I really, really like
Nice.
them.
Got a wall crawl, air dash.
Yeah, I'm gonna get him at some point.
Yeah, Ratchet has definitely gotten more acrobatic.
Yeah.
Way more acrobatic.
Oh, dang. I didn't even realize those were people he could kill.
Yeah, the guys with the
Points
red
of
tops
gameplay
are
in Rift
stuff you can
Apart is
attack.
Increased mobility. Ratchet can now dash and wall run to traverse levels.
Oh, whoa.
This focus on mobility allows
Neat.
players to chain moves together.
Got the
to
swing
create
shot back, of
exhilarating
course.
Dang, man, I really like the
Now let's
mobility.
jump into combat.
Me too.
Yeah.
Oh, here we
These
go.
games
Some
are great.
proper combat.
You can distract these troopers. I'll hack Nefarious's propaganda blimp and give this city
Sounds
a
like Skid
message it'll
McMarx.
never forget.
Skid McMarks, really?
Yeah, that's a character from the first and third game.
Easy enough.
I didn't think tires.
Oh my god, Phantom is Skid McMarks. They brought him back. That's beautiful. Yeah, he's a
Ooh, you can air dash.
yeah.
Get that. Ooh.
Allows you to evade
board
attacks
player.
or gain strategic advantages.
I
Enemies
wonder
can
what
He's a-
momentarily exist.
kind of shadows behind him as he dashes.
I'm getting
I know.
some Mega Man X vibes from that air dash animation. I'm into
Dimensional
that.
tears in the world allow you to use the Rift.
Oh, here we go.
Another
This is what
new
I've been wanting to
traversal
see.
Yeah.
mechanic.
Dude,
Pull yourself
that is so
Yeah.
to
smooth.
escape or flank
That's so
enemies.
cool.
Weapons in Rift Apart utilize the power of
Adaptive
DualSense
triggers, haptic
wireless
feedback, of
controllers,
course, hell yeah.
adaptive triggers, and haptic feedback to allow players to really
God, I want to see
feel
Emperor
the power of
Nefarious
their
because just that little
For example, with the
clip
burst
thing of him
pistol,
there, it makes him look
players
so much
can
more
pull back
threatening.
the trigger
I feel like when you
to
pull
pick
the
out
rifts
accurately
towards you,
placed
it
single
probably
shots.
uses kind of like
Pulling the trigger
the
fully
the
unleashes a
triggers and uses
rapid-fire
the
spread that covers more
resistive
area.
element of them,
In
so
either
that you
case,
pull them and
players
then they
will
stop
feel each
partially, and you
shot
have to
burst
push it all the way
Probably.
in
connect with
to
them.
pull yourself through. Ah,
With the Enforcer,
This is
players
gonna
can
be
pull
such
the
a
trigger
damn
down
good game.
halfway to fire a single barrel,
I know.
reducing
Hey, Derrick, a
time
question
between
for you from Neoshan.
Pull the
Do we
trigger
know how
fully
long
and
after Into
unleash
the
both
Nexus this
barrels
is?
with a devastating close-range
Not
attack.
entirely, no,
Thanks
but
to
probably not
physics,
too
The
long.
player will feel the power of their shot.
The time between these games are not really something that gets discussed
Let's move ahead a
that
little
much. Yeah, that shotgun there, Steve. I don't know if you heard that. Was
As
you
Ratchet
hold it down
attempts to
halfway
follow
to
Rivet
do one
Clank,
shot,
he
full way to do
encounters
two shots.
very
Nice.
Love it. I love it.
I love that they're not just abandoning the DualSense. I feel like Sony's setting a good precedent for its use.
Yeah.
Love the
as
mobility.
I-
I want to see some of the crazy weapons. So we've seen the pistol and the shotgun.
So that's probably not an invincible dash. You can probably still dash into
No,
fire.
it's definitely not an invincible dash.
During this fight, more dimensional chaos ensues.
But yeah, as I said to you, Steve, the DualSense was like,
SSD, we can
it felt like a
near
true
instantly
next-gen
teleport
moment to me.
players
I can't
completely
wait to feel it
different
in this game.
locations.
Yeah,
This
well,
isn't
look at
some
that,
small
man.
Okay,
You're-
that is cool.
You and the
That's
boss
amazing.
just traveled to a whole different battlefield.
Yeah,
Yeah.
James boss
Honestly.
fight.
Oh.
That flip, that dash flip.
Yeah,
that's
I love
cool.
Let's jump over and see what's going on with Rivet and Clank.
Oh man, Rivet and Clank. Could you imagine if they just got their own offshoot game without
Right.
Ratchet?
As you may have guessed, Rivet is a brand new playable character in the series.
Finally
God
get to see
damn,
her
look at
play.
that environment.
It's just
gonna take you to my hideout.
stunningly gorgeous.
First,
This
I
game.
gotta rescue my friends at their gelatin.
Look at those god rays. My god. Damn.
That is totally Jennifer Hale.
Oh yeah. Of course.
She has the pistol as well. I wonder if they share experience or not.
Man, this
I am
is
Rift Apart
so
includes
down for
several
this.
alternate dimension versions of classic planets from past games.
God, look at those vines. This is just
That's enemy. That's a character
Oh, I
or a monster from like the first or third game. I want to say
that's so cool.
it's just an alternate dimension version.
There's a secret.
God,
We
this
mentioned
game
how
is
stunning
just
and alive our worlds are.
This far, and I'll
Thanks to the power of the PS5 and the 3D audio, we've been able
Unbelievable.
to create alien
Oh,
planets
there we go, yeah,
with
they're
an
talking about
immersive
3D
density
audio.
like never before. Let's check it out.
Speedos, yeah. That's why I'm gonna ride one.
There's so much about
As
these
soon as I
next
can
gen
get
console or
closer.
new gen
Back to
consoles
Ms.
at this
Zircon,
point
the
that
weapons
you
vendor.
can't really
Oh,
show people.
this wasn't what was in my account last time.
Oh, that is because I added our mutual friend on Nefarious City.
Shatter Bomb, Mr. Fun Guy.
Hey,
In Rift Apart,
So
you
they
can
do
play with
share.
an explosive new arsenal.
That's good.
As well as a few returning
Interesting. All
classics.
right. I wonder what sets them apart, gameplay-wise.
That arm, I guarantee it.
It's probably the arm,
Probably
yeah.
the hammer as well.
Here's another example of how we're using the DualSense. With the topiary sprinkler,
So cool.
players will feel resistance in the trigger as they prepare a throw of this garden grenade. Once on the ground
I
and
love the
spitting out
topiary
its rapid
sprinkler.
growth plant fertilizer, players will also feel when enemies have been topiaried and are ready to be trimmed down.
You feel it. That's crazy.
I love it. All right, so she can air
Joel
dash as
Garcia
well.
with a $2 donation says, Rivet is Nero. Heck yeah.
That is the most Derrick sentence I've ever heard.
DMC reference.
Yeah, oh, I know. I'm just pointing out you're both the DMC and the Ratchet and Clank guy in this room.
Oh, I'm very happy right now.
In addition to rift tethering and dimensional shifts, there are also many pocket dimensions scattered throughout the game.
And the last Speedo runs into that rift thingy.
Interesting. You must have a rift tether in your glove, too.
All right, smarty.
Good
What is
lord.
this
That was
place?
seamless.
I know.
Yep.
A dimensional pocket? Perhaps a symptom of the Dimensionator's destruction.
How do you come up with this stuff?
The art design is so inspired.
I know.
The worlds are just incredible looking.
Maynard, the Mortis helper bot. Must have wandered in through the rift somehow.
There is the Speetle.
This is what I want to see more of. Games that don't necessarily lean into photorealism, but instead take these stylized games to
Yeah,
just
this
unimaginable new heights.
art design is fantastic.
Well, hello.
Yeah.
She got a Jaggy.
Maybe Maynard can lead me to the Morts.
The music is really good.
It's done by the
Yeah, it is.
the guy from what's that band called? It was played during the trailer. One of their songs. Shoot, I'm blanking on that. There we go. Okay, I was wondering. It's like, man, it looks a little slow.
Oh,
but-
cool. And you get to take it with you, which is...
Nice.
Well, that was the whole point. You need to hunt it down.
Riding Speedles is
Oh,
one
okay.
way of traversing Sargasso.
Sci-Fi Lullaby says this just makes me want a new
Devo, that's-
Spyro, to be honest. Yeah, a new Spyro with PS5 tech would be incredible to witness.
I got it.
Somebody was saying about Jack and Daxter, so
Oh yeah.
because that was his whole big thing about PS2 version is like seamless worlds.
Stop! 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 Stop!
A few people in chat are saying the music is Mark Mothersbaugh.
Yes.
He also did the music for Thor Ragnarok. Cool. Thor Ragnarok had a great soundtrack.
What are these
Bugs for
shark-looking
less.
guys?
So you got like 9.5 seconds to tell us where they're at. 1.
Hang on there now.
If you watched our previous gameplay demo, you may recognize the Goons for Less.
Oh, it's
This
Goons for Less
rebranded
this time.
gang has been hired by Dr. Nefarious to attack Ratchet and Clank, and are now also trapped in Rivet's dimension. Here's another new weapon. The Shatter Bomb is a frag-type grenade that deals a lot of damage to your
Oh, that's
foes.
so
With
great.
haptic feedback, each
Oh.
explosion feels
Oh,
incredible.
that explosion is so. I love the little thing when she brings out just like she just has that little, I don't know, extra thing
Where
like.
are these doofuses coming from?
Perhaps they were
Those
sucked
fire
into
and
the
smoke effects are really good.
They really are.
This is brilliant. God, just all the pieces flying off the, just everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, the amount
Oh,
of
the
particle
Megatron.
effect.
Now we're talking with weapons.
Oh, look at
Look at that bad boy.
oh, look at that.
Dang. I am
Megatron Collider.
like this makes me want to play older games in the
This
series.
is just a small
This is-
taste of some
You
of the
should.
early gameplay.
You should,
Good.
man. Especially with that
There
new
is so
update they
much
just
more.
released for Ratchet and Clank,
We have
the
open
remake
areas
or the
to
original.
explore.
There's a PS5 update now.
Open
look at
areas,
those.
they're back.
Dimensional
Jeez.
Clank puzzles,
Sweet.
glitch challenges,
Oh God, yeah.
arena challenges,
I want that
Oh,
spider
arenas are
bot.
back. Now we're talking.
aerial combat,
Oh my God.
Gold bolts are back. Nice.
gold bolts to collect, pocket dimensions to explore, armor to obtain, and
Oh my
use
God.
in the first ever Ratchet and Clank photo mode.
Nice.
Nice.
Oh, you can see they
And giving more
repurposed a
people
lot of the
access
tech from
to
Miles
playing our
Morales
games
for
is
that.
always important to us.
Mhm.
As such, Rift Apart will offer a slew
Which,
of
if
accessibility.
you haven't tried it, Miles Morales
We'll
and
reveal more about
Spider-Man,
this soon.
the other two
much
Insomniac
Rift
Wow.
Apart's new
games,
planets,
just
weapons,
incredible.
intense
Those accessibility
high-action
options are pretty
combat,
cool.
and near instant load times, all with some of the best
More accessibility
visuals
options
we've
is always
ever
better.
created.
How about that?
Sony's been
Well,
pretty
road
good
grinding.
about that. Well, Naughty Dog has.
Yeah.
Insomniac now.
Whips are getting out of hand.
Those two
On
have been
behalf of
always
all of us
so
at
good to go.
Insomniac Games,
God,
thank you
I
for
want
watching.
it so bad.
I
In the
can't
omnibus
wait. I
on
can't
June 11th.
wait.
That's our show. We explored the depths of an alien ocean.
All right.
Got a first look at
Between
among
this
us
and
on
FF7
Sunday.
Remake
Zipped
Intergrade,
Zipped across space
June
and
is such
time
an
in
incredible
Ratchet
month for
and Clank
PS5.
Rift Apart.
Oh, I'm so happy.
Neozon still says still no gyro aiming though, which
See you
yeah,
again soon.
I would like to see gyro aiming. That would be nice, but maybe we'll still get it.
Maybe. No, it's the trailer they showed before.
Ratchet and Clank!
But
What a wonderful
so yeah, it didn't go too. It basically just here's how it plays, and I think that's a good idea for people who aren't as familiar with Ratchet and Clank. And man, this is so freaking good.
Yeah.
Who are you?
I'm Rivet. Let's go for a ride.
Wait, I have to find my friend.
Emperor
This just
Nefarious.
looks
Gosh,
This
wonderful.
trailer is so good.
I know.
Emperor!
You're nefarious.
It is kind of like Crack in Time though, where Ratchet and Clank get separated. He just spends most of the game trying to find them.
I'm coming, Clank.
If we do
What's
not
the
get
best way to play the older
dimension
games?
now,
Unfortunately,
lose every
PS3. You have to
dimension.
just pick up a PS3.
Oh my.
Which really is a shame. The series deserves better.
Maybe this will give a lead to a resurgence and to get supports. I don't know. PS5 does not heat up a lot from what I can tell.
Mine gets warm sometimes, but not not unreasonably so.
Yeah.
Interesting. Like, I mean, I don't make a habit of touching mine after I've been playing it for a while because it's usually, you don't have to. But I would say that I don't notice a lot of heat and what I would say more importantly, I don't notice fan noise from the PS5.
Right.
Mhm.
So,
So are we? Is that it? Looks like it.
Yeah, no, that's it. That's
Yep.
it.
it's over.
Yeah.
It was
All right.
it was Ratchet and Clank only. So I got
And the two indies. So there you go.
Yeah.
They laid out exactly what it was going to be.
I-
And man,
I was gonna say I really liked it. I liked it a lot. I thought it was
too.
a real, ironically, one of the best state of plays yet, and it was just one game.
I don't care. It was that game, and that game makes me so happy.
Yeah, the thing I wanted to point out, or the thing I was going to try to say, is that previously I would have, if you had told me a few years ago that Sony would have good enough games to have a Nintendo Direct style, like, one game presentation, I would have been like, what game would that be?
Yeah.
Please enlighten me, genius. But man, they are killing it. Ratchet and Clank definitely deserves a spotlight like this. This game continues to impress me more and more
Yeah.
every time I see it.
And they're gonna have a Horizon 2 focused state of play as well later this year, I'm sure, and that's gonna be hype as well.
Oh, absolutely. I was going to say that this is certainly not the only game they have now that can carry that. Nintendo has a handful. I would say Animal Crossing, Zelda, Mario, and in my heart, Metroid, but I doubt that they would do it.
Yeah, probably not.
And Sony's getting up there. Like you said, Horizon Forbidden West will almost certainly get its own state of play. God of War Ragnarok will probably get its own. And I think Ratchet and Clank is right up there. I would say that those are kind of Sony's top 3 first-party IPs now. Or is Insomniac first party? They didn't buy them, did they? Or did they?
Insomniac's first party now. Yeah, they bought
That's
them.
right. They did.
Plus next Spider-Man, because that's coming.
Oh man, yeah.
Right.
It is amazing to me that they've managed to lock up Spider-Man as a PlayStation exclusive. But good for them, because honestly, it's working. Insomniac does amazing.
I mean, I was
work.
shocked that Sony didn't buy Insomniac a long time ago, because
right.
Because I've been playing Ratchet and Clank ever since the first one came out in 2002, I think it was. Just phenomenal games. Played through almost all of them. The only ones I have not played all the way through are Size Matters. Well, I'm basically about to do that now thanks to the streams I've been doing. Secret Agent Clank, Full Frontal Assault, and All for One. So, and those are all just spin-off type titles. Every main game has any kind of importance. Oh, I'm there. And man, I just want it. I want it so bad.
Yeah.
Same.
Honestly,
there are a few people in the chat talking about how toxic the official PlayStation stream chat was, and yeah,
It's
it was really bad. So
because-
we're glad to hear. We're glad to be here to bring some positivity to you all, because it was bad. I ducked in a little bit.
Because I'm with Vedron. I teared up by the end of that. It's like, it's so beautiful.
It really is incredible.
I see a lot of people complaining about the $70 price tag on next gen games, and by and large, I totally agree. But when I look at a game that looks like Ratchet and Clank, I'm like, I can see where the extra $10 went on that one. I can definitely see where the extra value is. But I would I would be happy to pay full price for this one. This is definitely, assuming that Sony, sends over a review copy, Derrick will be taking that, and I'll be buying this day one for sure. This is absolutely
I believe I will
a game
be too.
I'm looking forward to. In fact, I mentioned on our last episode of TNT that I might want to get a PlayStation for downstairs at some point when supply constraint issues lift and it's easier to find one. I would love for my kids to play this. This seems like a game that they would just be thrilled
Kids
to
would
watch.
like this. Explosions, humor. It's good stuff. Here's wow. So somebody asked if how much the PSV collection sells for now. I'm like, oh, it's probably not that bad. And I looked it up. It's $80.
Wow.
Huh.
For the remakes of the upgrades and whatnot. In fact, all the a lot of the PS3 Ratchet and Clank games are $60 to $70. The only one it's not, and I might have to go ahead and just buy it now, is Full Frontal Assault. So I might just have to buy that soon.
The one thing I want to recommend to some of my friends in the UK, because I know folks are mentioning that, while it's $69.99 here, it's £70 over in the UK, which equates to about $90 US. Make an American PSN account, my friends. It will ultimately benefit you to just pay $69.99 USD than to use your local currency. And I hate that that's a thing. I don't understand. I'm sure there's some kind of geopolitical nonsense that goes into how they price games in different regions, but I disagree with it 1,000%. And I'm totally with you that there's no reason anyone should pay the equivalent of $90 US for one new game.
That is ridiculous.
Right.
Yeah.
Unless it's like a collector's edition of something, or
unless it comes with extra stuff, then for sure. I mean,
I think it's fair to bring up, as incredible as we all think this looks, and I absolutely do. Dennis J brings up a good point. Speaking of toxic, Ratchet's voice actor. Yeah, and if that pushes you away from playing the game, I don't think any of us could blame you. It's really a shame. It's a damn shame about James Arnold Taylor. But
has that still continued? Like, I wasn't sure if that was
He's like on Parler, and he's got some interesting views. But and that is definitely one of those separating the artist from the art thing. And if that doesn't work for you, you gotta make that decision. That is a very personal decision, but we don't want to gloss over it and act like that doesn't exist. That's absolutely a thing.
Yeah, I definitely vote your conscience on that one. I'll still be picking up the game just because I don't want to miss out on what looks to be a serious game of the year contender for me. Because one asshole
easily be my
worked
game
on
of the
it.
year.
Yeah, exactly. I anticipate in December Derrick will be still telling us how much he loves this game.
I thought something came out that is maybe not like he's been sort of impersonated a bit.
Oh, well, okay, yeah. Andy Day is saying he said it wasn't really him, and Jake Miller said he believes he left Parler as he realized it was wrong. Okay, well, that's good. If that's the case, then Oh, but then Zan Man says he had it linked through though on his official site.
Maybe he
Who
saw the
knows?
toxicity and it's like, maybe I should get away from this because of my career.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta do your research, decide for yourself, and it's certainly, but it is a thing, unfortunately. But on the other hand, Jennifer Hale is fucking awesome. She's not problematic at all. She's amazing. So you can certainly support her because Jennifer Hale's wonderful.
What was I going to say? I completely forget, but that's all right. Basically, if you're not unfamiliar with the Ratchet and Clank series and want to know more, I actually do have. I have been playing through the entire series on my Twitch. I'm up to Size Matters right now. Next Tuesday, this coming Tuesday, I'll be finishing that off and moving on to Secret Agent Clank before getting to the Future series, which is we're in the series. The series was good before, like really fun platformers. Future series is where it takes off into just being phenomenal.
That's when I really got into it. Was the first Future
it's when the storytelling really catches up because it was getting there. You can see it improving over time with Insomniac, and becoming a bit more fun and sort of getting a voice for themselves. But the Future trilogy is where it really just clicked, and it's fantastic to see.
Yeah, I'm excited to, regardless of whether a specific voice actor in the game sucks or not, I'm excited to play the game.
Same.
Not to mention, and one thing I want to point out is that we're talking about 2 people out of hundreds that worked on this game.
And again, Jake Mueller says he has a whole YouTube channel explaining the whole scenario. Watching it seems like a genuine person. So again, it's one of those things. I don't want to come out right now and say one way or the other just because I don't have all that info.
Yeah, you got to just do the research and make your own decision. But Steve made a great point. He's hardly the only person who's worked on this game. Games are made by hundreds of people in most cases. Certainly this one was. And, so many people in myriad roles have been working so hard to bring this game to fruition. And that it is perfectly an acceptable argument to say you don't want one potentially bad apple. Maybe he isn't, but potentially to ruin that for everybody else. And the game looks absolutely incredible. And I will be getting it day one. Full price, no problem.
Yeah.
The great thing about this is that this has all the staples. Like they didn't show it off, but it has all the staples of Ratchet and Clank. There we have great weapons. We have a arena mode. We have wide open areas where there's a ton to explore and probably things to collect in order to trade in for the other things. They have their mini games. They have Clank sections. It's just all of it, and this is just it's pure classic Ratchet and Clank in a much prettier package and enhanced gameplay. And yes, please.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm really excited for this. One thing I want to step back from Ratchet and Clank for a moment though, because this was a state of play, right? Is what do we expect to see from PlayStation from June to December? I mean, we know Horizon Forbidden West is probably closer to the tail end of that time frame. I don't think we'll see it like in the summer or even the fall. We'll probably see it at the very beginning of winter if I had to guess, or at least close to there. Holiday 2021 is what I'll say. But do you guys think that Sony has anything major in the chamber between Ratchet and Clank and Horizon?
I mean, God of War won't be ready by then, most likely. God of War, I'm guessing, is a 2022 title. So,
well, yeah, because they've been liking tweets about delaying games to make them good lately, which seems just a little weird.
I mean, we do know they're. We even talked about yesterday in TNT how they're heavily ramping up their investment in first-party development over the next year, but that's over the next year, and that wouldn't apply to anything currently in the pipeline. I would imagine that there's got to be something we don't know about because I don't see how they can. I mean, obviously the PS5 is going to be fine; it's doing gangbusters, but it seems weird for them to try to subsist on nothing more than Ratchet and Horizon in terms of first-party efforts for the rest of the year. There is that rumored Last of Us remake, which I still think is just weird that we're getting that already. But there's got to be something we don't know about, right? I would think. Oh, there's Deathloop in September, as Andy Day mentioned, but that's not first-party, and I don't know how wide the appeal is on that. There is Gran Turismo as well, but maybe next year.
Yeah, I'll be curious to
from
see.
Sony themselves, not a ton, I don't believe. But the nice thing that they have is like they get Final Fantasy VII Intergrade, they get Resident Evil 8.
True.
They have Kena. Kena might be the next big thing.
I'm not sure if we'll be.
Kena, yeah.
I'm not sure if we'll be streaming Intergrade. I'd try to pronounce your name, but it's got an X and a Y next to each other, and that just makes my brain break. Claxon? Oh,
Yeah,
I don't know if
Claxon,
we'll be streaming Intergrade right at launch. We have a very great relationship with Square Enix. I'm certainly hopeful that they will send us an advanced copy of Intergrade for us to check out, but I don't know what the timing will be like on that. I don't know what kind of time we'll have. It's a little too soon for us to say one way or the other, but we'll absolutely cover it in some way, shape, or form. We'll have a video about Intergrade here on the channel. I just don't know if that's going to be a live stream, a full-on produced review, or what it'll be. But there will be something related to Intergrade here on GVG as soon as we're able to do that.
Yeah, once we find out more about what Square's actually going to set us up with, closer to release date. But we're all all three of us are hugely hyped for Intergrade. We're all big, big fans.
Yeah,
and so we're all very excited.
Yeah, and I think all of us own it digitally. So technically, when it comes out, we would get the upgrade for free, but not the intermission, right?
Correct.
Which
I own it
physically.
Yeah, not digitally.
You got it digitally, and I played off yours.
Oh, I own it both ways.
I think I only have it physical. Yeah,
I have my original. I cleared out a spot on my shelf, and I have my original copy of Final Fantasy VII from when I was like 14 years old, and now I have the PS5 remake right next to it. And if they release any other physical copies of Final Fantasy VII, I'll also get those. But I really want a Switch version of Final Fantasy VII, just in a case. That's all I want, is a Nintendo Final Fantasy VII cartridge.
You could do that, but you just have to get it from another country, and it comes with Final Fantasy VIII as well.
Yeah, see, I don't want Final Fantasy VIII on it because they cut the art in half. I want just a straight, clean Final Fantasy VII box, and that is absurd. But I would actually pay more money for it.
You could always make one yourself, like buy a spare Switch case and print out some nice high quality art and
that's
make one
true,
yourself.
But it doesn't have the same feel as if it was actually released. Like I want to be able to say Square made this, and I have it, and it's wild that 2 decades later I've got this game, or maybe even closer to 3 at this point.
Vedran Hotik, speaking my language, saying Parappa 3, baby, in my dreams, man. I wish. I have been hoping for years that Sony would do that. I don't think they are. I think that ship has sailed, especially because Dread Fox, the voice actor behind Parappa, turned out to be kind of a scumbag. They'd have to get someone new. I hope so. Parappa deserves better. He deserves to be here as it still is a relevant PlayStation mascot, but I don't know. I want it though.
Yeah, I would love for them to release a new Parappa as a download-only title. But that being said, I think that Sony is in a really good spot here. I mean, Ratchet and Clank is going to do insanely well.
I hope so.
Zero doubt.
I would be shocked if it didn't do incredibly well.
Yeah, the only thing I would say is that I think Ratchet and Clank could have done potentially even better as a launch title. If it was a game that came out when the PS5 came out, everybody that picked up a PS5 would have bought it. I think those numbers will go down a little just because you don't have people impulse buying the really pretty game with the console they just got, but there's also tons of people that don't yet have a PS5. And I'm confident that that attach rate among new PS5 purchasers after Ratchet and Clank comes out will be through the roof good.
It's done better than I thought, honestly. The Ratchet and Clank series franchise has done 27 million in sales. That is actually higher than God of War, Kingdom Hearts, BioShock, Devil May Cry.
Wow.
At least according to this wiki. I don't know if that's actually true. It's true or not, but.
Doodle's right, though. Insomniac did make a ton of money on Miles, I'm sure. Miles Morales, did insanely well. It's a great game.
Absolutely.
Arnaldo Acosta says PlayStation All-Stars 2. And while I know a lot of people would probably just laugh and be like, oh, yeah, what a joke. That game had such an unfortunately troubled development. And I feel like a sequel, if they made it right, could have its own appeal. But just that so much went wrong with that game's development that it felt like it never even stood a chance. But I wouldn't mind seeing them take another shot at it if they could get it right.
They just need to change how you get
kills.
Points. Yeah,
or KOs. Absolutely agree.
Yep. Having to use like what was it? You had to use like a super move to kill someone, right?
Yeah, you had to use specials to get KOs, and some of them were wildly unbalanced. Like Big Daddy's, I think it was level 2 special. Level 3 was redonkulously strong.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, you also need to get like actual like PlayStation mascots like Cloud, who ended up being in Smash before PlayStation All-Stars, which will never not be funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
But you need to get like Cloud and Lara Croft and those characters, those third-party mascots that people really want.
Yeah, agreed. Oh, well, what can you do? So, do we have any other thoughts to share on Ratchet and Clank before we sign off? I feel like we've covered it pretty well. Derrick, I know your soul is about to leave your body with anticipation for this game.
I'm very excited. No, it all looks good. I will say I'm wondering where Lawrence is, Nefarious's butler. He's usually pretty funny and a nice comedic foil to him, but he hasn't appeared yet. Though that said, we haven't seen Captain Quark yet, and I'm sure they'll appear. What's probably likely to happen is rather than the actual versions, we'll get a lot of
alternate universe.
Dimension. Yeah, especially because I know that was Skid McMarks' voice, who's probably Shadow.
I think that would be really cool to see people that, for fans like you that are established in the series in a completely different light. I mean, it won't have that same impact for me because Ratchet and Clank comes out too soon. There's no fucking way that I'm playing through all the games in order to develop that bond with them before. I anticipate I'll probably play this and then go back and see their original incarnations later
because
on.
Ratchet in the first game is a jerk.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they've kind of changed his personality to be a bit less edgy over the years, haven't they? In the future games, than he was in
basically with the second game, almost immediately with the second game.
Oh, really? Okay.
They started softening him up.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't have anything else to say about it other than what I've already said, which is I'm excited. I'm absolutely gonna get this at launch. Derrick's obviously gonna get our review copy if we get it. So I'm all in on this game, man. And I don't know how soon I'll get through it because it's coming out right next to Remake Intergrade, which I will be honest will probably be my priority until I finish at least episode Yuffie. But and also depending on what coverage we get for that game as well. So we just don't know yet, really.
I'm just happy that this year exists. I just want to point out that Derrick gets a new Ratchet and Clank, you get Intergrade, and I get No More Heroes 3. Like we all get something we've really anticipated.
Yeah, and I get Resident Evil 8, and we all get new Pokemon Snap. It's a good time.
Yes.
Derrick, we're getting Blaster Master 03, man. I keep forgetting that game's coming on top of everything else.
Speaking of which, for those of you that are interested in what we have coming up on the channel, Derrick is working on Pokemon Snap as we speak. We picked it up on release day, basically the same as everyone else, so we didn't have an early copy, but Derrick will be producing a review on the game. I tomorrow will be making a video on how to print out your Pokemon Snap photos.
Nice.
So I've got a photo printer on the way, and I'll be doing a quick tutorial for you guys on how you can take wonderful Pokemon pictures and actually turn them into real life photos. So stay tuned for that. But aside from that, we've got places to be, people to see, and chicken to eat. So we're going to go. But we will be
By the way, for those wondering, actually, I should mention, I'm still working on my Balan Wonderworld review. That is still a thing that is happening. We've got so much to do that just keeps us busy with, channel stuff every day. We're also looking at possibly doing a charity stream next week where we're working on the details of that. We'll of course let you know at all of our official channels what's going on with that when we know more. But yeah, it's but that is still a thing that's happening, and so certainly that's still a thing.
Yeah, real quick, Nate the Great. The chicken review is on the way. It's actually with the editor right now. So the wonderful Brandon Miracle is editing that review for me because he's the only person that can put my poetry into motion in a way that makes sense. But he is also an incredibly busy human being. So as soon as he gets that done, it will go live. I wish I had a date for you, but I don't know. But it is sitting with Brandon for editing right now. Go ahead.
We've all been at work on a big Patreon relaunch where we're about to relaunch our Patreon next week with a bunch of new tiers for existing, a bunch of new perks for existing tiers. We're going to have a new tier, and we're also relaunching Today's News Tonight next week, starting Monday. Season 2 is going to bring with it a bunch of cool new changes and a huge glow up. So head on over to patreon.com/gvgaming if you're interested about all that. But we will have news up on our Patreon page very soon about everything new we're doing with the channel and with the Patreon.
That's right. Speaking of patrons, speaking of Patreon, we will see you guys tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern for the final episode of Season 1 of Today's News Tonight. We'll see you then. And until next time, folks, bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.